So it's not like I spend my nights thinking about fat people. It's the internet. You make fun of things. It's a show. It is what it is. However, what is annoying to me is that it will become somebody else's problem. Then I will.
I don't think that fat shaming helps anyone lose weight. And I think
It helps me lose weight.
The way that
Oh my
I
god, it helps so much. It helps so much. Sorry.
It helped you, Eva?
Oh my god, fat shaming was the only way I lost weight. I tried to lose weight for years. I went off and on with it and did all sorts of things. And then Hannah started tweeting, being like, I told my sister to walk on a treadmill. I said, okay, I'm gonna go walk.
50
And it's the first time in my
I've got a
life
lot.
I've actually lost weight and actually kept it off.
Yeah, she looked great.
Eva,
And I've
I'm
said,
gonna
like,
ask you. There, like I said earlier, my parents used to say that I would spend more time and effort trying to not do my chores than to actually do them when I was younger. Is it that way with like body positivity and weight loss, where you see people spending more effort defending themselves being big or trying not to lose weight than just losing weight?
No, because they don't have to defend themselves anymore because everybody just says plus size instead of saying you're obese.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay.
All
That was
right,
it.
let's keep.
I think it's interesting.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think it's interesting that you're from the same family and you have the same opinion on that fat shaming works for you. It makes me wonder, like, when you grew up, what was your household like in terms of like, did you have like kind of an almond mom? Like, do you know what I mean?
No, do you know what's funny? Eva, what used to be like a blue-haired feminist, like she used to have like blue hair and like she did not agree with any of this stuff. So
Thank you for calling me out, Hannah. Thank you. Thank you for bringing
That's
up
just
that very
interesting.
painful memory.
hey, you're past it now. But
Yeah,
no,
I'm telling you. Oh,
no, go ahead. E.
I'm just saying the majority of fat people are like that. They try to defend themselves. I live in Colorado now, and I'm telling you, the people who I feel safest to talk to about what I believe are not fat. They're not overweight. They're not plus size, whatever you want to call it. I've found that people who are bigger lean towards more like the feminism views and being like being big is okay, and like it's just not. There's almost no excuse for being fat that you can find. Even if you're disabled, you can eat healthier, and I know some of them still struggle to lose weight. There's things that make it harder for them, but there's just no excuse to be absolutely massive.
I think if that was true, though, there wouldn't be an obesity crisis. If it was just that simple, everyone would just be thin. They'd be like, oh, well, this doesn't make sense. Let's just be thin.
It's because people just know, like, this is...
Uh-oh, you broke up. Oh, no.
Oh, well, I'm right. Anyway.
Even you broke up for a second.
The easiest thing. It makes so many apps nowadays that you... Oh, I said it's actually...
Uh-oh.
I think she's saying it's so easy because of the apps, like, I guess, like my Fitness Pal and stuff.
No, I'm telling you, ChatGPT. I'll die on this hill.
Yeah, it's just, there's no excuse to be overweight. People just eat like shit and say, I can't lose weight. It's just not true.
As most of you know, I have been fighting on the front lines of the simp epidemic for years, but I need to tell you about a quiet weapon being ratcheted up against men that is rarely talked about. It's not just the relentless anti-masculinity propaganda and OnlyFans hoes causing the societal issues that we discuss on this show. Did you know that the average city's tap water contains trace pharmaceuticals and endocrine disruptors? This often includes estrogen from birth control. The average adult consumes a credit card worth of plastic every single week. That's 5 grams of plastic a week on average. So it's no wonder that the average male's testosterone is half of what the average was 50 years ago. Testosterone levels decline 1% a year, and without a course correction, we are headed towards extinction. No matter how based you are, you need to be naturally boosting your testosterone. My friends at Chalk, CHOQ.com, are on a mission to save mankind from extinction by boosting your vitality. Chalk's Male Vitality Stack contains premium and potent herbs clinically studied to naturally boost your testosterone levels, sperm count, and overall vitality. Just one of the many ingredients in the Male Vitality Stack was studied in double-blind human clinical trials to boost total testosterone 20% in 90 days. When you boost your testosterone, you'll have more mental clarity, you're more capable of making decisions and taking risks. Having high testosterone will also affect your pheromones, so women will find you more attractive subconsciously. Get the Chalk Male Vitality Stack right now on chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. Use my name Pearl as your coupon code and you'll get 25% off site-wide on chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. My name Pearl is the discount code.
Have you heard of vanity sizing, Pia?
Yeah.
What do you think of vanity sizing?
I think it's really annoying because all of my clothes are different in every different shop. Like, and like some shops don't carry a small enough size because like the extra small is like a small, not an extra small. Do you know what I mean? Things like that. It is annoying, and silly. And I think it's apparent when you look at old clothes and stuff. But I just think that people, again, like if people were more accepting of themselves, things like that wouldn't exist because they wouldn't need to pretend that they're smaller to buy the clothes that they want.
I actually agree with you. But why can't they just say I'm fat instead of gaslighting us to think they're not fat? You
But
know what I mean?
that's
Like if they just said, "Hey, I'm fat and I don't look good fat." That's it.
but like why does it have to have the end bit on? Why can't you look good fat?
Well, because that's delusional to think you do. I mean, you might look fat when you're young because you got like the youngness to you, but when you're old and fat, you're cooked. Like you can still get laid as a young fat person.
Pearl's
but
the best.
when you're an old fat woman, you're done cooked.
Yeah, but if you're just talking about looks fading, everyone's looks fade when they get old. Everybody's ugly and saggy and old and gross eventually.
You know,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Not as much. I don't know. I went to guys can hold on to it for a lot longer, but go ahead, Doug.
Here's the way that I see the effort of defending yourself when you're fat and all the time it takes to do so. So, you know, the black community, we come up with all these crazy names, right? We have women with apostrophes and all sorts of, one of my friends named her daughter Kyandria with an apostrophe and all sorts of extra E's and A's and stuff. And anyway, so I see people where Asian people come here and they have Asian names, but in office, they'll just have you call them Phil or Alice because they know people won't be able to pronounce their name. So why fight it every single day? But my people, American black people, would give their son or daughter a crazy name and they'll spend their entire life correcting people on the name. And it's just like, you only have so much energy in a day. Why do you just accept your name, accept the fact that people can't say your name like Asian people do? Asian people are like, look, they're never going to be able to say my name. Call me Phil, move on. Whereas, and that's what it is with body positivity. You only have so much time and effort in a day. Why put yourself in a position where you have to defend that over and over every single day? Why?
I think that's an injustice, though. Like, I think people should always make an effort to say somebody's name. I think that that's polite and civil.
Yeah, but it's the real world. You know, you
Yeah.
can't go into that.
I know.
You know what I mean? You can't go and like demand
Yeah.
politeness. No, that's just not realistic.
I know what you're saying, but I still would be of the opinion that like I'm like, well, I would always make an effort to say someone's name correctly. So why shouldn't everybody else? In the same way that I don't think there's anything wrong with body positivity. I think it's fine for people to be fine with the way they are. And so I don't see why other people should have such a problem with it.
Okay, so I'll tell you why I have a problem with it. Okay, I'll give it to you. So it's not like I spend my nights thinking about fat people. Okay, I don't really. It's not like every day I'm just seething, thinking about these fatties and wanting them to lose weight. You know, you guys are not you anymore, but they're fun to dunk on, right? But it's the internet. You make fun of things. It's a show. It is what it is. However, what is annoying to me is that it will become somebody else's problem.
Yes.
If you get old enough and you get fat enough, there are going to be health issues and somebody is going to have to take care of you. That's where it's either going to be your husband, your father, your brother. It will become somebody else's problem because you can't put the donut down or you don't get as much time with your kids. So it's not necessarily that, you know, I spend my nights thinking about fat people, but I think it's a shame that we want to say you're okay how you are and celebrate it because this is killing people. You know, I know people that have died from being overweight So it would be the same to me as saying like, oh, you should be okay with being a heroin addict. It's not like I spend my nights, thinking about heroin addicts, but when I see somebody say heroin positive, I kind of look at them funny.
I know what I understand exactly what you're saying,
Mhm.
and I
awesome,
don't
bro.
disagree with you from that like health perspective. I
Mhm.
don't agree with health at any size, and I don't think that should be put
Mhm.
across anyway. I do think that there needs to be some sort of address for like how society is so comfortable with everybody being overweight, and I think the food is making us fat. I think advertising is making us fat. I agree with, I think it was Doug earlier saying that they should put more stuff on fatty foods and stuff, like warnings like there are on cigarettes. I agree with you, but I still don't think going off at an individual is going to help them to better themselves anyway. Like, I just think that you should be able to be happy with who you are while being encouraged to better yourself.
Well, yes, but I still think even if you're doing your day-to-day stuff, it becomes someone else's problem. Like, I'll go on an airplane and there's like I fly all the time. I hate it when I have a fat person next to me
Yep.
because you're spilling into my seat. This isn't fair. You get off the plane and they're like wobbling, they walk really slow. And again, it's not like I spend my days thinking about them. I'm just trying to get around them so I can keep walking. But when you get enough of them, it makes life just more annoying and it becomes someone else's problem. Does that make
But it's
sense?
also like, I hate when I have a tall person behind me and their knees are in my seat. The seats are just too small. Like, airlines
Yeah, but a tall
famously
person
have.
can't control that. That's genetics.
I know.
Is being tall. That is food.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think there's a reason that people are so fat, and I don't think it's directly their fault all the time.
But it's interesting because I don't understand how you could say that when you lost the weight. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I don't know. When I started tracking what I was eating, I couldn't believe I wasn't fatter. And I was like, for me, it was like I didn't want to weigh my food. I would rather just work out. And I was always putting that off, and it was my own fault. But yeah, go ahead.
I think it's because I saw people's reactions to my weight loss, and I realized how like kind of delulu people are generally about weight and weight loss and eating disorders and all of those things. Like, there is a societal problem where people do not know what healthy is. Like, people think because I don't eat chocolate, I don't eat chocolate generally. If I have chocolate, I will really want chocolate. I have people push desserts on me all the time, and they
Oh,
think
I
it's
do
weird
too.
that I won't
I
have a
totally do that.
dessert. And it's like, that's a societal problem at a certain point, because why do you think it's so like odd that I don't want to eat that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I
and
know what you're
it's the
saying. When
thing
you
is,
try to, I have a friend who it's funny. You say shaving doesn't work, but I've gotten 2 people to lose like 40 pounds, but I do it with them. Like, yeah. There's a guy, I went to England, right? And when I came back, he was my brother's friend. And like I grew up with him. And I came back and I'm like, what happened, man? He was like 50 pounds heavier. And I've worked out with him every day for like a year or something, and now he's lost a bunch of weight. But I went to his family's house, and the mom was in his ear saying like, "Oh, you shouldn't have to lose weight," and I'm like, "He's trying so hard. I see him every day. He looks so good. Like, why are you trying to fatten him up?" So I actually really agree with you. Like, fat people, they always try to drag you down. It's like they want you to stay. I think Eva, didn't she lose a friend getting thin? Didn't you lose your fat friend? Or am I making that up?
There was more to it than that, but that was part of the thing. Is that I actually gained so much weight being her friend because she would just want to go eat out 24/7, and like there'd be times we would go to McDonald's or something like some fast food place, and we would both get like a meal, like they have the pre-made ones, and like I wouldn't finish mine, and she would finish it for me, and I'm like, how are you eating so much? And then 2 hours later she'd be hungry again, and I'm like, what the actual hell?
but that to me sounds like addiction. Like, I think a lot of people are addicted to food. Like, if you want it again in 2 hours, you're not hungry.
Yeah, I agree with the food addiction. But that's how I hear it. When I hear body positivity, to me, it sounds like addiction. That's how I hear it. It's like food addiction positivity.
I have a
That's what
question for Pia. So you shouldn't shame people So the okay, outside of shame, the only time I've seen someone lose weight is there is a event that happens. Like I had a friend that gained a bunch of weight after she got married and she broke her leg. She had never flown on a plane before, so she's going to fly from Pennsylvania to California, and she sat on the plane and she couldn't buckle her seatbelt. So she hit the little call button and she called the flight attendant over and said, "I can't buckle my seatbelt." And the flight attendant was like, "Oh, you need a seatbelt extender? I'll be right back." Like,
Oh,
oh my God. And then of course the lady comes back holding the seatbelt extender like outstretched in 2 fingers, like it's the nastiest thing ever, and everyone saw it. It was so embarrassing. So she had to wear her first time on a plane, she had to wear a seatbelt extender on the way there and the way back, and she lost 70 pounds after that. So okay, outside of a event, and if you can't fat shame people, how can you get them to lose weight? Like, how would you communicate to a person that you cared about who's fat? Like, how would you let them know
yeah,
that they're
not
fat
a
and
not a
confused?
stranger, but someone you love.
Yeah, I think you'd have to be really close to somebody to approach them about that kind of thing. And I would ask them what was going on with them. I think would be my first. I would first come at it from a mental health point of view and be like, "Are you like?" If I saw someone gaining a lot of weight, for example, someone that hadn't been fat and them gaining a lot of weight, I'd be like, "Are you okay? Like, what's up?" In the same way I would if someone lost all the weight, I'd be like, "Are you like all right? Is that everything good with you?" And I think that's totally fair. And I have had a lot of those like quite positive conversations when I lost weight as well. That like I almost wish people had with me when I was gaining the weight. Just been like, "Hey, you okay? Like, is there anything I can do?" You know what I mean? Like, and I know, Pearl, you were saying you shamed somebody into losing loads of weight, but it actually sounds like you were really supportive of them and you worked out with them loads. That's the kind of thing that I found really helpful when I was losing weight, was people being genuinely supportive and being like, "Oh, do you want to go for a run together?" and stuff like that. That was what was helpful to me.
What did I say to Eva? Eva, what was the text I sent you? Oh, no, I sent her a picture on the treadmill and
It
I said,
was
"Where?"
yeah,
I said,
you
"Where
sent me a
you
screenshot
should
on the
be."
treadmill. Yeah.
I said, "Where you
Yeah.
should be."
Oh, did you tweet that? I think I remember seeing you tweet
Yeah.
that.
I asked her if
I
I
did
could tweet
tweet
it
that.
first. I always ask. I never just tweet the
Yeah,
text.
'cause I don't care.
I just thought it was
Like
funny.
I know I'm fat. People can